this is Master Vince. Ça va? If you're here, I think it is probably safe for me to assume that you wish to experience something very unique, very appealing. You wish to reach a place where you do not have to think for yourself, a place where you do not have to do anything but simply listen and just allow yourself to be guided. You were drawn here because you were so curious, very curious, and wanting to find out just what the experience is. The feelings of becoming very heavy, the sensations of your mind becoming fuzzy, cluttered, the feelings of your body becoming perfectly still and calm, so calm and still that your body simply would not wish to move. There would be no need to move, to think to yourself about what it is like to be swept away, to simply hear someone or become focused so uniquely, so entirely, just becoming absorbed, engrossed in what you listen to, perhaps, without really paying attention. Your body starts to feel the effects of this, your breathing becoming deeper and more slow, perfectly natural, just the way your body does it for you when you sleep at night in bed. Your body becoming more loose, every muscle individually starting to become free, dangling loosely, each muscle beginning to take on a softer tone, and as you continue to listen, you find it more and more comforting to listen. Everything else around you that you could have paid attention to seems much less appealing right now, and my voice seems very, very appealing. And you notice when you hear my voice, you can sense an energy flowing right through it, permeating. My voice is drenched in sensuality. My voice is completely warm and hypnotically seductive. And I know this. And because I know this, I continue to speak. And the more that I speak, better you listen. The more you focus and the heavier your eyes become. Perhaps your eyes have already closed, and if they haven't, they soon will, at their own pace, when it is perfectly comfortable to tell yourself to let them close all the way down, because they are so heavy, so relaxed. Just as the rest of your body is completely softening now, you feel yourself letting go, almost as if you are drifting off into a daydream, drifting away, drifting and daydreaming, and feeling so comfortable as your eyes become more and more relaxed, more thick and cloudy, your vision blurring, eyes still perhaps open and perhaps not. If they are already closed, notice as I talk about your eyelids just how much heavier they become, even when they are closed. They feel so good this way. You only want them to become heavier. You only want to hear more of my voice. You only want your eyelids to become heavier. You only want to hear more and more of my voice. Relax. Slipping downward, not really thinking about it. And yet, if you were, you would think about how fast and how comfortable it feels to be slipping down into trance so effortlessly. It really takes no effort at all, there is nothing else you wish to do, and throughout the rest of your day you spend so much time having to think, having to intensely focus on other unimportant things. They may be important at that particular time, but right now none of those things are important. All of those decisions and pressures of the day, they can all slip helplessly away, letting them just drift away, being able to pick them out on your way out, but right now there is no need for them, and you feel yourself relaxing more, and the more you relax, the easier it is to be completely uninhibited. The more uninhibited you become, the more you are completely uninhibited from listening to my voice more carefully and noticing how good it makes you feel when you do. Noticing that my voice is very, very soft and yet very commanding, very compelling, very controlling, and the most wonderful part of yourself that brought you here to this place is that part of you that has no desire for control. You wish to be uninhibited, relaxed, and free to express yourself, your truest, deepest self, your inner voice. And as you listen more carefully, notice how you become more relaxed, completely flowing through your body now. Warm, thick, deep relaxation will descend through your body, descending through your body, and as the relaxation will descend powerfully through your body, notice how easy it is for you to let go and become more deeply relaxed. Whenever you hear the word descend, every time I tell you to descend, it is easier for you to feel the sensation and experience as you descend into a deeper state of unawareness. Descend into a deeper state of inhibition-free sensations, completely able to let go. More and more safe and comfortable the more you descend. And if your eyes have not closed right now, I will count from 3 to 0. When I reach the number 0, your eyes will have become so very heavy that you could not possibly even realize what it would mean to want to keep them open. It would become perfectly obvious that having them closed feels much better than anything else right now. 3, 2, 1, closing down now. 0, deeply relaxed. Surrender to sleep. Surrender to sleep. And know that you are here, safe, protected, knowing that you can trust me. And over time this will become more and more clear, because actions speak louder than words, and my action will clearly demonstrate that I will respect your boundaries, and that I will be ethical with you. And yet you will know with unwavering certainty that whenever you hear the sound of my voice, you find everything else drifting away from you. The sound of my voice becoming so appealing, so deeply compelling that everything else drifts into obscurity, fading into oblivion. Whatever you were thinking about before you hear my voice instantly starts to slip away, because the sound of my voice inside of your mind, inside of your body, is more comforting than anything else you could hear, and this is clearly demonstrated every time you hear my seductive voice. My seductive lure draws your attention, and you feel yourself compelled by my presence. You find yourself feeling open and dreamy, allowing yourself just to float away, drifting away and letting yourself becoming so very unaware, foggy and cloudy, sinking deeper and deeper. Descend and notice how good it feels. The deeper you descend, the more you want to descend, deliciously drawn and deeper into the vortex, like a vacuum, like a quicksand, pulling you down, and you would not even want to struggle. But if one were to struggle, they would only find themselves slipping faster and faster. Their own resistance would weaken them so quickly that they would be pulled down, sucked in so rapidly, so deliciously helpless, and yet feeling perfectly safe, perfectly unafraid and inhibited and free to explore the deepest feelings that you fought for so long you have needed to express them. You find whenever you are in my presence, whenever you hear my voice, it is so easy to embrace and live these moments. Your deepest submissive desires easily bubbling to the surface within you. You could almost imagine them like watching a fish tank, a big, beautiful fish tank, seeing the crystal clear waters, seeing the fish gracefully flowing through the water, making little waves, calm, relaxing waves, calm, relaxing waves. As you descend, your subconscious mind sees this image for you, and you do not have to even attempt to see it. Your subconscious will do it automatically. You find it easier and easier to see this image through your subconscious mind as your conscious drifts further away. Seeing the image so clearly, so vividly in your mind, and feeling so relaxed, so comfortably at ease, and so deeply drawn to my voice that whenever you hear it, you begin to descend, dropping down deliciously deeper, every breath deepening your wonderful relaxation, every word that I speak bringing you closer and closer into my voice, into my world, pulling you into my dream, pulling your trance into my trance, and you glide effortlessly towards me, captivated by my voice, which is a siren calling you, beckoning you, touching something inexplicable within you. You cannot identify where it comes from, but you are unable to deny the feeling that is grasping you and taking complete control of you now. This is where you have always wanted to be, in my presence, able to openly and freely let go. Able to see the picture so clearly in your mind, able to hear the sound of my voice and surrender to sleep. Whenever I respond that you should respond, whenever I tell you to surrender to sleep, you find yourself swirling down, and as you see in your mind so clearly the beautiful crystal clear water, and starting to notice the beautiful little bubbles floating to the surface, and you notice how light they are, magically floating upwards, and you feel your submission as a bubble floating upward irresistibly. The bubbles have to obey their destiny, and their destiny is to float to the surface. Bubbles cannot float downwards. Bubbles cannot sink. Bubbles can only rise, rising easier and easier. Seeing the bubbles rise, seeing yourself as if you were inside one of the bubbles, and rising within it, inside the bubble, feeling yourself insulated, enraptured, safe and protected inside the confines of the bubble, perfectly and deeply relaxed. As you descend, the bubble rises higher and higher. As the bubble rises higher, floating aimlessly, inevitably floating higher. Your submissive sensations and feelings and experiences all intensify and surface within you, rising bubbles, floating buoyantly, rising up. All of your deep, submissive desires rising inside of this safe, protected bubble. And my voice is the very coating. My voice is the very shell of the bubble. My voice encapsulates you in the bubble. You hear my voice and you instantly begin to feel yourself floating into the bubble, drifting and floating into the bubble. All exterior disturbances fade away from you as you become encompassed and begin to become engrossed by the bubble, and my voice covering you, forming a bubble where you feel thick and safe. Your mind is completely empty, and every conscious thought is left outside of the bubble, completely outside of the bubble, so that your subconscious mind can absorb every suggestion that I place within it, within the bubble. You are so happy to be in this place, relaxing more deeply and more comfortably, knowing that every time that you return to this deep place inside of yourself, you will descend into an even deeper state of trance, effortlessly dropping down your subconscious mind like a map, instantly remembering to descend, forgetting to resist, and slipping down quickly, suddenly, very peacefully. It washes over you, and you are unable to resist the sensations that are capturing you. You feel as if you are being captured in the most delicious way, enrapturing you, seducing your body and mind, helpless to resist the power of my voice. The more you hear of my voice, the more thick and delicious the bubble becomes. The more safe and protected you become, the more quickly you descend into trance. Anytime I say descend, anytime I tell you to descend, you are slipping so much deeper, your bubble of submission floating higher, becoming more intense the higher it floats, more intense the higher it floats, the deeper you relax, the more easily you find it to respond and obey me, knowing that your deepest desires are to in fact submit your will completely, and so happy to be so black and empty and receptive to my commands in the bubble, in this bubble of deep hypnotic trance, the most powerful deep hypnotic sleep, completely seducing you and encapsulating you, enslaving you. Every time you hear the sound of my voice, everything else fades away so effortlessly, so automatically. Everything else fades into obscurity. You become helplessly drawn to the sound of my voice. The longer you hear the sound of my voice, the more powerfully drawn, like a magnet, drawing you in like a whirlpool with the swirling waters, seductively twisting, dancing around you, surrounding you, and you become powerless to resist the pull, pulling you deeper, my pet. No desire but to slip even deliciously deeper. This is your deepest desire, and every time you return, whenever I tell you to surrender to sleep, you will instantly enter the bubble, instantly seeing with your subconscious mind as your eyes slam shut, weakly and weakly, meekly dropping shut, seeing the image of the fish tank, the calm waters soothing your body heavy, your senses dulled. You become very still and blank for me. You instantly can see the fish tank and see the bubbles of submission, seeing yourself housed and encapsulated, enslaved within one of the bubbles, and then slowly but surely seeing yourself in each and every bubble, more and more submissive, more and more obedient, more and more submissive, more clear and vivid for you to see, the more you are able and wanting, craving to hear my voice and descend, plummeting into the most deeply hypnotic trance of your entire life. It happens automatically and quickly as you become more sensitive and even more drawn to my irresistible, addictively seductive, warm, smooth, hypnotic voice. You know that even when you do not hear my voice, you are finding that you wish you could. And you find that you are able to hear it in your subconscious mind whenever you consciously wish to hear it, whenever you wish to hear it. Consciously, you can hear my voice subconsciously without even having to think about it. And if you were to think about it, you would only be able to slip deeper and deeper. And every time you surrender to sleep, you sink into a deeper, more profoundly submissive trance, more happy to explore and embrace the deep, submissive slave within you, and knowing you are safe to do so in a wonderful place with Master Vince. You will not wish to escape, pet. There is no need to escape, or even think of what that would have been as I pull you deeper. Your subconscious mind will absorb every suggestion powerfully now, reinforcing each suggestion by approving of them internally, absorbing them for a second time, noticing how much deeper every suggestion sinks into your eager, thirsty, craving subconscious mind. Every suggestion that I make more and more part of you, more easy to absorb into your own thoughts as they assimilate themselves very wonderfully throughout completely and deeply. You will return and listen to my voice often as you find yourself unable to resist your craving compulsion, your unstoppable desire growing every time you listen to my voice, falling helplessly deeper as you wish to, as helplessly deeper as I wish for you to. And now I am going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, you are fully awake, refreshed, alert, feeling the wonderful energy rejuvenating your body, delicious energy of wonderful, still growing submission surging through your body when you awaken, knowing that it is directed solely at me. It comes directly in my direction, like coming into a funnel, pulled into a funnel. All of your deep, submissive feelings drawn irresistibly to my power, absorbed by my power. 1. Coming up slowly, my pet. Stretch and let your muscles start to move freely, taking a deep breath. 2. More and more alert, responding so well to my suggestions, more automatically each and every time. 3. Even more alert still, feeling so wonderful, more full of vibrant, positive energy. 4. More and more alert, opening your eyes, becoming perfectly acclimated with your surroundings, and even more aware of your deep need to hear me again. 5. Wide awake, wake up, and listen to my voice again.